We're so pleased to welcome you all to the Sun Pavilion for this fantastic occasion, the marriage of our beautiful daughter Laura to Johnny.
There is one bit of every wedding speech I've seen that, no matter how many times you hear it, nothing really quite prepares you for the amount of joy that can be got from so few words as, "On behalf of my wife and I..." We are utterly, utterly overjoyed to have you all with us to celebrate here today.
We all know about Ron and Hermione. We know about Harry and the other ginger one. But there is a third great romance to come out of Hogwarts, and that, of course, is Jonna and Laura.
We first met working together at the Warner Brothers studio tour London, The Making of Harry Potter. But I wouldn't call it a whirlwind romance, to say the least. Our relationship completely snuck up on us. That is to say, she didn't like me at all when we first met.
After an initial frosty start on my end, it didn't take long for me to thaw and realise in Jonna I had a kindred spirit.
And I guess she changed her mind, because we kept on talking every day. And after a while, we'd find ourselves swapping shifts with people left, right and centre to ensure that we were on the same break rotation. There were lifts home after work, there was arriving to work an hour early to hang out. We just knew that every day would be a good day if we saw each other. So we made sure that we did, every day.
And as time went on, I felt my feelings might have been leaning ever so slightly into more than just friends. Something pretty much everyone else had noticed, much sooner than we had.
And I once asked Doltz at what point she started thinking that this just friends could turn to something else. And she told me that one day we were chatting at work in the model room, and she told me that she'd been having these recurring migraines and that her doctor had booked her in for an MRI scan. And she was incredibly nervous about going. She'd never had one before, she didn't know what was involved. And without hesitation, I said, well, I'll go with you, make sure you're okay. It was this act of immediate kindness that led you to believe that this might be something more than just being friends. And I was incredibly touched by that and chose not to dwell too much on the day that she decided that she could have feelings for me was the day that she needed her head examined.
Do you, Jonna, take Laura here present to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
And do you, Laura, take Jonna here present to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
I, Jonathan Ian Ash, take you, Laura Dalton, to be my wedded wife.
I, Laura Dalton, take you, Jonathan Ian Ash, to be my wedded husband.
I promise to love and care for you,
and to be faithful to you always,
facing life's adventures together,
wherever they may take us.
Laura, I give you this ring
Jonah, I give you this ring
as a token of our marriage.
and a symbol of all that we share.
It is my absolute privilege and very great pleasure to tell you that you are now lawfully married, husband and wife. Congratulations!
What can I say about Laura? Absolutely beautiful, and you look absolutely stunning. We're so proud to have you as our daughter and love you so much.
In a world where so many people believe that kindness and respect is something that needs to be earned, you don't. You gift your kindness upon everyone that you meet. And the world is a better place for knowing you. And I feel so unbelievably lucky to be the one who gets to wake up next to you every day.
And as you're probably aware, Jonah, Laura has another love in her life. She loves her teddies and her soft toys. She had one favourite teddy as a kid, Clowny, the one she took everywhere. And I mean everywhere. And we felt it was important that you didn't miss this special occasion. So guess what?
I feel so honoured and privileged that I now also get to be an Ash, joining the ranks appropriately, I feel, as a Lash.
And Jonah, he's a lovely young man.
My husband. Where do I even start? Right from the beginning, I've always been in awe of Jonah. His creative ability, his confidence in himself and his own convictions was so amazing and alien to me, and it immediately drew me to you. That and maybe your beautiful blue eyes might have had something to do with it.
Oh, I know he thinks the world of Laura, even though he doesn't know one end of a football to the other. And he also loves the odd pun. Some are really cringy though, aren't they?
I did in fact promise that this speech would not just be 10 straight minutes of cheap wedding puns, because apparently there is some importance to the day. It's an emotional day, even the cake's in tears. It's, thank you.
This is everything I have to tell you about love. Nothing. This is everything I've learned about marriage. Nothing. Only that the world out there is complicated, and there are beasts in the night, and delight and pain, and the only thing that makes it okay sometimes is to reach out to a hand in the darkness and find another hand to squeeze and not be alone. It's not the kisses, or never just the kisses, it's what they mean. Somebody's got your back. Somebody knows your worst self and somehow doesn't want to rescue you, or send for the army to rescue them. It's not two broken halves becoming one, it's the light from a distant lighthouse bringing you both safely home, because home is wherever you are, both together.
On to my new parents, Gaz and Babs. There's so much to thank you both for, but I'm going to start with the obvious one. Thank you for Laura. Thank you for the nightmares that clown is going to give me from now on.
I had found myself a new best friend. And since we've been together, our sense of fun has only grown, our adventures have only got bigger, and I can't wait for this next one together.
Laura and John, I'm sure you will go on to have a brilliant marriage together. It's all about enjoying each other's love and company, laughing and joking together, being there for each other, and also having patience. Could you please raise your glasses once again, folks? With love and happiness, here's to you, Laura and Johnny.
Maybe we're supposed to meet the wrong people before we meet the right one. So when they finally arrive, we're truly grateful for the gift we've been given. Maybe it's true that we don't know what we've lost until we lose it, but it is also true that we don't know what we're missing until it arrives. Maybe the happiest of people don't have the best of everything, but make the best of everything that comes their way. Maybe the best kind of love is the kind where you sit on the sofa together, not saying a word, and walk away feeling like it was the best conversation you ever had. Maybe once in a lifetime, you find someone who not only touches your heart, but also touches your soul. Someone who loves you for who you are, and not what you could be. Maybe the art of true love is not about finding the perfect person, but about seeing an imperfect person perfectly.
Essentially, to keep it simple, it all boils down to this. Buddy, I love you. You make me happy. You make me laugh. Sometimes with you. You give me the strength and confidence to be the best version of myself that I can.
You are an amazing couple, and I feel very lucky to call you both my friends. It has been such a privilege to be your friend for the past 15 years, and I am looking forward so much to the next 15 years of being your friend. But more importantly, I'm so excited to watch the next 15 years and beyond for you and Laura as you continue your adventures as husband and wife.
Being with you, it just feels right. You balance me out, you pick me up, and you make me into the best version of myself I've ever been. You make me feel like a princess every single day, and I know I'm so lucky I get to spend the rest of my life with you. So please raise your glass to my amazing husband, Mr. John Ash. I told you I would cry.
So this is everything I have to tell you about love and marriage. Nothing. Like a book without pages or a forest without trees. Because there are things you cannot know before you experience them. Because no study can prepare you for the joys or the trials. Because nobody else's love, nobody else's marriage is like yours. And it's a road you can only learn by walking it. A dance you cannot be taught. A song that did not exist before you began together to sing. And because in the darkness you will reach out a hand, not knowing for certain if someone else is even there, and your hands will meet, and then neither of you will ever need to be alone again. And that's all I know about love.
You still are, and always will be, my very best friend. From that very first conversation in the top of Diagon Alley. This is why we're all here today, and this is why I will spend every day of the rest of our lives proving to you what a wonderful, beautiful and strong woman you are. And this is why I ask all of you now to raise your glasses to my best friend, to my wife, to Laura. Lastly, I would just like to say that if anyone is looking for affordable but bespoke wedding videography, come and find me later. Thank you very much.